you guys, you're watching Chasing Country with Southern Whit. I'm your host, Whitney Lane, and we are with country superstar. She is a rising superstar right now, Brooke Eden. You are having a week right now.
We're having a week, yeah. We're doing an LA week, and it's super fun.
So you have a new EP coming out on Friday, so super soon. Welcome to the weekend, which I can totally get on board with that title.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from that.
Yeah, well, the EP is 4 songs, one of them being Diamonds, my new single, and the other 3 are... there's like a couple, there's one mid-tempo and the other 2 are fast, fun, kind of weekend songs. There's a couple breakup songs, and then Diamonds, which is just welcome to the weekend party song. And so I'm so excited to get this music out finally and just have like a little body of work for people to say, oh, that's more about Brooke Eden. Diamonds will be the single from this EP, and then Sunday Morning will also be on the EP. Yeah.
Which is awesome. So I read somewhere that's like kind of teaching boys how to act. Is that what that song's kind of about?
Yeah, well, you always have people that are like, country female singers always have these man-hating songs. And I'm like, this is not a man-hating song, it's a boy-teaching song. Because if you treat us right, we don't have to have these conversations.
I'm like, preach right there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Diamonds is kind of like that girl anthem, right? So it's kind of fun. You're out and about. Now tell me a little bit about writing this song and how it came about for you.
Yeah, this song actually almost wasn't written. It was literally the day of the write that I was like, oh, it was a time where I was writing like 5 days a week, and I actually had a day off, and I got a phone call from my publisher at Warner Chappell saying that Brett James and Chris Stefano were supposed to write with an artist, and the artist got sick, and if I wanted to go and write with them, and I had always wanted to write with them, and so of course I was on it, and I got there around 11, and we were drinking coffee, and we didn't even write a lick of the song until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We just got to know each other, and we just talked forever, and it was so much fun. And basically they were asking me about me as a high school student and like as a college student, what I was like. And I said, when I was in high school, whenever you wanted to have a party, I'm from a small town in Florida, if you wanted to have a party, you couldn't have it at a house. Because if you
get caught,
you'd get caught, you'd get busted. The party would get shot down. Yeah. So me and my friends all had a spot in the woods where we would meet on the weekends, and everybody would meet at the woods and circle up their cars, turn on their headlights, and one person would turn on the local country radio station, and that was like our weekend party. And it was funny because looking back, they were like, "Did you like get dressed up to go out there?" And I was like, oh, honey. I was like, we felt like we were diamonds in the rough. We would get all dressed up and hair curled and everything.
To go to the woods.
To go out to the woods. And for some reason, we were just like, me and my friends, I remember we were like, we'd wear like belt buckles, and we felt like diamonds.
Yeah.
Like we were like, yeah, we're ready to go on a Friday night, And so it basically was a song that I wrote just kind of about going back to that time in my life and just kind of loving the like rawness of being in the woods and not really having to like need anything except for like those people in that moment.
That is super cool. What a cool story. Now, you've come a long way from Florida to Nashville. What is your advice for people that are pursuing their goals? I know you've written a lot about how you kind of just go after it and you have to have that ambition and pursue it. What would you say to people that are trying to do what you're doing now?
Yeah. I think that so much of it is just like making sure that this is like what you really love, because some people are like, they want the fame and they want the fortune and they want all that stuff, but they don't want to have to work for it. Mm-hmm. And I think that, and you don't want to have to sacrifice a lot for it. And there's a lot of sacrifice and there's a lot of work. But if you're willing and ready to do the work for what you love, then I always would tell people to follow that dream and just find yourself a great network of people. I think you have to be in Nashville or LA for sure to be in the industry, but find that network of people that believes in you and who you believe in, and from there just kind of build.
What you've done, you're now a CMT Next Women of Country as well. What's it like to be kind of a part of that crowd as well?
You know what, CMT, I just think that whole program that they're doing is so freaking cool. I'm a baby of the 90s country, and growing up with like Shania Twain and Trisha Yearwood and Martina McBride and Faith Hill and just all of these incredible female voices that we had to look up to. And then for a couple years there was 3 instead of 20. And I think that CMT has done such a good job of recognizing female talent in Nashville and really lifting us up and encouraging us and partnering with us and giving us kind of a mouthpiece to be ourselves and to get back on the radio and stuff.
Yeah, and to reach out to the fans, which is awesome. What has been the best song you think that the fans are reacting to, the one they love to hear the most?
People really like Diamonds. It's one of those songs where even if you kind of have someone that doesn't really care for music, or they have to bob their head.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah, I think that people really like Diamonds, and also Silence Speaks is another one that people really connect with, and that's actually also on the EP. It's a song about my breakup and not calling him and telling him off and that kind of a thing.
I love that. We've all been there, huh?
Yes.
Okay, talk about also your song has been featured on Tyler Perry's show. That's pretty awesome. How did that come about for you?
Yeah, strangely enough, Tyler Perry and Tim McGraw are really pals, or buds, and I guess Tyler called Tim and said, I'm looking for an up-and-coming female country singer to sing the theme song for Too Close to Home, my new show on TLC, and Tim said, you got to check out Brooke Eden. And so, which...
That's pretty awesome.
How cool is that? I mean... Tim freaking McGraw.
Uh-huh.
And so Tyler's people called my manager, and literally 3 days later we were in the studio recording the theme song for Too Close to Home, and then we kind of just super clicked with his producer that we were working with, and we sent him some music, and he loved Diamonds, and so they decided that Diamonds was also going to be in the show, and so it's just a really cool little thing we have going on.
When you heard it, what was your experience with it? Were you just like, what?
Yeah, well, okay, so the theme song, I mean, that was cool. The show started like that, and then I knew that Diamonds was going to be played on episode 4. I just didn't know when, and so you're kind of watching the show, and I mean, it's a great plot line too, so you're kind of ooh, cool. And then at some point, it came on, and I was like, whoa, that's a cool song. Whoa, that's my song. And it was just
one of those experiences.
Yeah. So it was actually, we DVR'd it, and so of course I had to watch it,
Which I'm sure you'll feel when you hear Diamonds on the radio, which is coming on very soon as well, right? October.
Yes, exactly.
Such exciting things. So let's do a little bit of let's get to know you real quick. Just some fun little questions. What's a day in the life of Brooke Eden?
Oh, well, that's fun because one day is never the same as the next. If I'm in Nashville, it's normally I'll go to a write, and I'll go and write a song, and then in between I could be dealing with, I don't know, merch or travel or whatever it may be, and it's really interesting because you have to have both sides of your brain. You have to be able to be creative while business at the same time, which is really fun for me because I kind of like that balance and that dichotomy as well. And then if I'm out on the road, normally I wake up. We always have a really early wake up.
Oh, you do?
Yes. I mean, I'm talking we have to be at the airport at 6 a.m.
And you're like, okay, coffee please, right?
Yes, coffee please. But I will say that I've gotten really good at sleeping anywhere.
Ooh, impressive.
Yeah, I could sleep right here. I could just fall asleep.
She's set. Yeah. How funny.
Yeah, but then you wake up pretty early. You normally get on a plane or in a van and drive somewhere, and then you go and do sound check, and then you go to the hotel and get ready really quick, or maybe there's a green room that you're getting ready in really quick, and then you get on stage, and then you go to sleep, and you do it all over again.
So what's the one thing you bring on stage with you, whether it's attitude or what you're wearing? What is that one thing that you have to have?
Smart water.
Ooh, there you go. Stay hydrated. That makes sense.
Yeah. I have to normally have some kind of fringe or some kind of long, flowy cape kimono thing.
I love it. I love it. What would people be surprised to know about you?
That's interesting. I don't know. I think I'm like pretty
Open book?
Open book, yeah.
That's always good.
I mean, I use like a fact, like an interesting
Yeah,
fact.
something that people would be like, huh, that's interesting.
I used to sing classical opera in high school.
That's very cool.
I don't know, but
And I'm sure you bring some of that technique when you're out on stage. You know, you learn from that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, if you could collab with anybody, who would you pick?
Chris Stapleton.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to your fans to wrap up this interview and tell them whatever it is you want them to know about this new EP that's coming out.
Okay, everybody, go check out Welcome to the Weekend, my new EP. It comes out this Friday, September 23rd. I'm so excited for you guys to hear it, and I think that you'll relate to it just as much as I do.
We can't wait. Thank you so much.
Hey, it's Brooke Eden, and you're watching Chasin' Country. You can check me out on all my socials at Brooke Eden Music. See you there.